Hello, Shoreditch. I've always wanted to say that. Rough spot to be standing between you and a meal, so we promise it'll be a really fun and engaging hour. I'm Adam Oakman, head of studio at Wanderlab.
And I'm Ollie Presswell, Global Innovation Lead at Wanderlab.
And we are beyond excited to be here to showcase how travel really is a human connector.
So today we're going to be taking you behind the scenes of our brand new flagship content series, Common Ground. And to help us do that, we're going to be joined on stage by some of the show's most notable voices, each, of course, with their own story to tell. But beyond that, we also want to explore today why we believe stories of positivity offer advertising partners the greatest opportunity to engage with communities.
They say the best part of the journey is the unexpected one. Very much, I would assume, like this audience, did not expect to see Tripadvisor to rock up here with the biggest faces and names of culture, food, and music, but they're travelers, they're people, they're just like us.
So this year is a really important year for Tripadvisor. It's our 25th anniversary. And of course, during that period of time, we've really been guiding our travelers to the things that really matter to them. The people, the places, and of course, the experiences. But we fast forward a quarter of a century, and we find the future no longer on the horizon, but of course, it's here, and it's in real time. We, of course, find an industry being rewritten by technology. We find questions over trust. And of course, we find audiences more fragmented than ever. So that's where we come in, Wanderlab.
So Wanderlab is our in-house studio where we translate traveler insight into brand stories, reaching 400 million travelers every single month. When you think about Tripadvisor and you think about Wanderlab, it's really simple ethos. Tripadvisor helps people understand the world. Wanderlab helps brands understand the people.
So before approaching any creative idea, we think that actually sometimes the best important step is to take a step back and to think about what are people feeling right now? What's the sentiment? What's the mood? And what are the experiences that are shaping our society? And truth is, right now, the world is, of course, a very polarized place, right? We have global conflicts, we have political tension, we have climate change, lots of reasons to feel divided from one another. However, we believe when you travel, you don't have to look far to find that common ground. And that was the real inspiration for the show.
So Common Ground, as you will see today, was focused on bringing two people together from different walks of life, different points of views, different worlds, quite frankly, to give an unfiltered view of what their travel experience is like. We've said it, we'll show it. Travel really is the great equalizer.
So, as you might have guessed, today's story is very much a human one. What moves us, what brings us together. So to help us do that further, we partnered with the brilliant Mark Els, human behavior specialist and Tripadvisor friend. So Mark is going to take you into a journey of human connection, one which I hope you will not forget. So without further ado, I'd love to welcome onto stage now the Herdmeister, Mark Els.
Heidi, hi. Come on, Heidi, hi. Good. My name is Mark Els. I'm the Herdmeister. I spend my days looking at, thinking about, talking about, writing about human behavior, and that's my excuse. I think this project is great for two reasons. One of which is it's all too easy in my part of the forest to be negative about humans, to say humans are just, well, they're like poor robots. They don't think enough about stuff. Your brains let you down. That's one side of things. Another thing is that human beings are too easily led. Right? There's just sheeple. And I think in both of those ways, we miss something really important that this project highlights, that human beings are extraordinary. We are the most extraordinary creatures, and we need to see a bit more of that. The other thing that attracted me to this project is that I've been writing about this recently for any of you who be following my stuff, about how travel is less about exploration, as we might think it is, and more about a mirror. Travel shows us who we are. Travel shows us who we are. Travel shows us where we come from. It also allows us the opportunity to play out different versions of who we might be. And that's what Common Ground is about. We take two people from two different worlds, and we stick them in one place, like a playground, and let them go. Of course, there's a camera crew with them as well, but that's it. Two people, two different worlds, one space. So I'm going to be your pilot for the next 45 minutes or so. I'm going to help you see the journeys that these people have been on, this great talent. I'm going to ask them to tell us what happened, and we're going to show you some clips from the films themselves. They will be available on October the 30th. More of that towards the end. But what I need you to do for me is I need you to show me how much you can whoop and applaud and cheer for these amazing people who are going to come and tell us about their trips to Shoreditch. So let's 1, 2, 3. Let's hear you whoop. At the back, there are some people still looking at their shoes. Let's try it again. 1, 2, 3. Oh, maybe just one more time. Let's give it really big Shoreditch welcome. Come on, 1, 2, 3. Awesome. Let's keep that going. Thank you very much. Our first travellers, intrepid travellers, are two of the most brilliant women on our TV screens in the UK at the moment. They're smart, they're humorous, their hearts are huge, and they've got so much to share, which they do in the film. So let's see. Roll VT, please, and let's see.
I'm Monica Galetti, chef and TV presenter. I'm spending the day with BAFTA-winning actor and writer Daisy May Cooper.
Get down in the car, and give it all. Bust it open.
I've organised something I think we'll both be really bad at, but it'll be fun.
I'm intrigued. Is it pole dancing?
Sorry.
Thinking of all my ex-boyfriends. Oh, it's all flicking off.
Yeah?
Oh, I love me tapas.
Let me see you try.
Put your hands together and whoop like you've never done before. Daisy May Cooper and Monica Galetti, come on! Go. So that was just a flavour of what we got up to, right?
Oh my gosh.
Monica, tell me, you're probably the most travelled person in the room. You travel around the world for your work, and you continue to do so. Tell us about Shoreditch and your take on it.
My take on Shoreditch,
Yeah.
I think it's such the vibe that you want when you have to experience culture that London has to offer. And there's so many little niches, little places that are hidden. You've really got to know and spend time there. So it's a real joy to take Daisy around for the day.
That's brilliant.
And do that.
That's brilliant. Daisy, you're not from round these parts though, right?
No, I literally just stay in my house in the Cotswolds and go to Aldi, and that is it. That's as far as I go.
But you have been to Shoreditch at least once before, right?
I have. Years. I was so drunk, though, I can't remember it.
Yeah, I'm the same. That's brilliant. So what did you imagine it was going to be like when you were going to go with a stranger around Shoreditch and just talk about stuff?
Well, at first, I was just so happy to be away from my kids. And then what I knew of Shoreditch was it was very trendy. But I mean, it's changed so much since I, went there last. And it was so different and it was fun. I would never have gone there had this opportunity not sort of come around.
Brilliant. What did you guys get up to?
What didn't we get up to? We messed about with some pottery. That was a lot of fun.
Oh, cool, yeah.
Yeah, that was a lot of fun. And then a friend of mine opened a restaurant here last month, a Spanish restaurant, Legado. So I took Daisy there to try it out.
Oh, fantastic. So it's actually, for anyone who's hungry, it's
around the
over
corner.
there.
It's literally around the corner.
Over there. It's an amazing restaurant, right? Okay, so I'm going to show you a little clip of the pottery piece. VT, could you just roll
Are you
this,
sure
please?
we're ready?
Yeah,
I don't
no,
think
we're ready for this.
that. Yes, girl.
It's so satisfying.
Yeah, it is, isn't it? Yeah.
Thinking of all my ex-boyfriends.
My daughter's just left home. She started university.
You know, I've always been busy. I've always been working, but I've always gone home to having that there. And now suddenly it's my time.
So, I always think that walking and talking is a really good thing for guys, but actually doing stuff together is brilliant, isn't it? What were you guys talking about then when you were doing that?
Family.
Yeah.
And also Daisy trying to figure out how to do pottery with her inch-long nails.
Oh my God.
Oh, yeah.
Just ridiculous. I went home actually and I had enough clay under my nails to make a bowl on its own.
No, but also just getting to know a bit more about each other.
Yeah.
It sort of breaks the ice when you're doing something together.
I think that's right. It's an odd thing, isn't it? And we know this from lots of behavioural science, that when people do stuff together, they sort of align. You reveal stuff about yourself, don't you?
Really?
Yeah, yeah.
Oh, no,
Yeah.
it's so lovely.
The neurons mirror each other. It's really odd. Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
Yeah, it was quite relaxing, wasn't it?
Yeah,
to be able
it
to do that.
was.
And actually throwing the clay down, it sort of gets a lot of...
That's a big noise, isn't
Yeah,
it? when
just
yeah.
throw it down, smash it on the table.
And tell me about the potter's wheel, because I've always wanted to do one of those. How was that?
It was great fun. I've always wanted to do that as well. Yeah, it was great fun. But I think having a creative background and a sort of art and that, you know, something that I could see myself doing a bit more of. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a lot of fun.
What about you, Daisy?
yeah, I mean, it was just so great to do something different. I'm desperate to have a hobby that's not shouting at my partner. It's the only thing I do. And it was something that I would never have put myself forward to do, but I would definitely do it again.
Yeah.
And I learned so much about Monica, you know, doing it. It was so much
So what
fun.
did you learn?
Oh, I learned that you live in France. I learned about your amazing daughter who's doing all her music stuff. But yeah, it was brilliant.
Isn't it funny how this stuff just tumbles out when we're doing something like that together?
And I just, because I've only ever seen, you know, Monica on MasterChef, which I'm a huge fan of, and had such an idea of her, you know, being quite scary. But she's just, you're the sweetest person in the world.
Oh,
But
can
no,
still be a
it's
bit scary. Yeah. That was a good day. I think that was Wednesday. Wednesday's a good day.
Wednesdays are good. Wednesdays are good. So then you went to dinner at this fabulous restaurant, which were Legardo. Try it. And what did you have there? What was it? The food good?
So Neves's food is about a collection of Spanish delights from all around Spain. No, it was delicious, and I love that when I've got someone who likes to eat, you know, so someone that just gets in there. It's a lot of fun. So we had a mixture of little tapas sort of dishes with anchovies as well. There's a handmade sort of dough balls there. And of course, you know, the different types of meats that we have. I'm actually back there on Friday.
Very good.
I'm going back on Friday.
Oh, fantastic. Yeah. What did you make of it, Daisy?
Oh, I loved it. To go out and not, you know, have a high chair is just amazing.
It's liberation.
Oh my God, to eat food that I actually want to eat. That's like not Pizza Hut. It was so brilliant and lovely, and oh my, and she's amazing, isn't she?
Yeah, she's pretty awesome.
The chef. I mean, just there's so much love that goes into that food, and you can, you know, really tell. But I loved it.
One of the things I thought was interesting in the conversation that you had over that food was. You talked about inspiration, where you get your inspiration from for creating dishes. And you said from anywhere, right? It could be from anywhere.
No, absolutely. And that's what I love about travel and different cultures. I find that once you sort of sit at the table with different people and you talk about common ground, you know, and food, and you show that you're excited, you know, to discover their style of cuisine, it just melts any barriers, you know, and the inspiration could be from a spice or, you know, a vegetable that you've just
had. Or a colour, you said, as well.
I'm sorry?
A colour.
A colour,
yeah.
Absolutely. You know, so I think that's the thing that us chefs love to do is to find inspiration, and also even a conversation that you're having with people. It sort of negates a memory, you know, of your childhood, and then you suddenly remember something that you used to do with your grandmother or your dad cooked, and you sort of tie it all into that, and you come back and you're inspired to create.
It's amazing, amazing. Daisy, I am going to ask you about the childhood thing.
Oh, yes. Oh, about...
About a particular food that you like to eat when you were a child.
This is so bad, but when I was I must have been about 10, and there was this, in my dad's kind of room where he had his computer, there was a hole in the wall that was getting larger and larger and larger. And it was because I was eating the plaster out of the wall. And I walked in to go and eat some plaster and to find that my brother had been eating the plaster as well. And it honestly was the most delicious thing I've ever had. I don't know if you could make a dish out of that, can you? Is that no?
She's currently going under tests. A lot of tests tried out so far. I see the results from the plaster eating days of Daisy and the family. So far, it's all been clear, hasn't it?
Yeah, I think so. Oh,
yeah, that gypsum flavour, it always gets... No.
It is delicious. You have to try it.
Is it?
Have you ever dipped a breadstick in Coke as well?
Yeah.
That is...
Oh, okay.
My God. That's great.
I'm trying that later on. That's brilliant. That's a brilliant idea. Listen, you two, it's 2 weeks now since you had your trip together. Just reflecting back, what was the sort of what do you kind of get out of it? What's the takeaway, the learning you have about the place or yourself or each other, the other person?
I learned that actually, even though we're in two completely separate industries, we share a lot of the same. I think, especially with food and your approach to food and your creativity with food is very much like how I'll write a script. And I thought that was really interesting.
Do you want to tell a bit more about that? That's a really interesting comparison.
Well, just like how you can just take inspiration from anything or anywhere and like people's conversations. And I wonder whether it's to do with the fact that we had sort of similar upbringings in that there wasn't that much money, and so you kind of have to make your own amusement at home. And I think it was fascinating.
No, I think sometimes we're just not taken out of that comfort zone to just meet with a complete stranger and know you will have to get on with them, and it's about making a connection. And I think we all have that. You either click with someone or you're not going to click, And I think it's very fortunate that we could have a laugh. We're both moms, so I'm at the other end, and Daisy's...
Yes, you're empty nesting almost, yeah.
Empty nesting. Oh. And then Daisy's just nesting is still filling. So there's that, but also on travel, what we like about travel, finding out about family and where you've grown up. And it's just so wonderful, I think, to have that human experience. We get so separate these days on going on our phones, going online, we get our routine. To suddenly have the opportunity to meet with someone you normally wouldn't, cross paths with. And what an opportunity to learn about what you do, and vice versa. So it was joyful, and I came away from that day knowing that I had a great time. I hope you did too.
Oh my God, absolutely. Didn't want to go home.
Fascinated that you could eat plaster. I was telling my husband. And his thing was, is she okay? I was like, yeah, she seems to be doing fine.
Listen, thank you. It's a great, when you get to see the episode, it's a great episode, two absolutely fabulous women. I take from it a simple lesson that one of the best things to take on a trip is a good companion. Yes. Thank you both very much.
Oh, thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, everyone. Have a great
Come on!
Oh, lovely.
Thank you so much, Charlie. Thank you.
So much.
Thank you, thank you. That's great. Go, yes, there we are, that direction. So now for something a little different. Something a little different, a different set of differences to people from other parts of our society and to people who you wouldn't think actually get on really well, but turns out they do. So we have the amazing musician, chef, BAFTA award-winning performer, and social media superstar who's an inspirational speaker and part-time bionic woman, Please welcome Big Zoo and Tilly Lockey.
Son.
You liking the furniture?
Yes.
Love it. You're matching the colour scheme.
I know. I planned this.
You planned this, that's good.
Yeah.
I'm glad we got the message. So listen, we're in Shoreditch. Whilst everyone knows that you're West London.
West London boy. I'm from Harrow Road, but if you do grime music, then you definitely have to be in Shoreditch. Shoreditch is.
So it's a big place for you.
Shoreditch is very important to me in terms of like my career. You know, I've spent so much time in, like whether it's my first ever performance or first ever like live show. All in Shoreditch, man.
We'll hear a bit more about that as we go. Tilly, you're not from around here either.
No, right? I'm from Newcastle.
Newcastle?
Newcastle.
So what were you imagining before we got to Shoreditch?
Well, all I've heard about Shoreditch is the vibes, you know. I think I was expecting London. London's always fun, super diverse, but Shoreditch in particular, I think it just has a reputation for being a little bit quirky. So I was looking forward to it, but yeah, I feel like, you know, Zoo showed me all the best places in the ends. It was great.
No better guide than
man.
Zoo.
No better.
Let's VT, could you roll please and show us some of the stuff these guys got up to?
I'm
saying myself, Big Zoo. Right now, it's a beautiful day. The sun is shining, and I'm in the city about to link Tilly Lockey to find out how our worlds collide. Look at the sun.
Hello, I'm the freshest in the place. Running laps with my vibe, and you can't keep the pace.
Are you quite musical?
No.
Hey, my blood is made out of mayonnaise.
Zoo, you've been hyping this place up all day.
What's your flavours?
Amazing. Too much fun, right?
A lot of fun still.
So much fun. I had withdrawals, actually.
Did you?
Yes.
So what did you guys get up to?
We did a lot of random stuff, innit?
We got a lot in the day.
Yeah, a little bit of golf. We had
bagels.
We had, of course, you have to. If you go Brick Lane, you have to have a bagel. I took Tilly to a place where I had one of my first gigs. The old Blue Last.
Yeah, essential
it's been there
Shoreditch.
since like the 1600s or something. I don't know, they're probably lying. But like, went to the old Blue, then we had some food at Cook Daily. It was a good day, man.
Yeah, Cook Daily is great, right?
Yeah, Cook Daily,
Really good.
very vegan.
So what I noticed, so you guys walking down the street and people treating you like you're the prince of this area, right? The king. They greeted you, right? And say, hi. What's that about?
Yes, people they stop me on the street sometimes.
They just shouted across the road, Zoo, you know?
I think most they even think I'm like Big Nasty.
Yeah.
I don't know. They just think I'm Mo Gilligan or something. No, I'm Big Zoo. Nice to meet you. The people stop me Tilly as well. Tilly's acting shy. Like, I don't know, like, what? There's a girl that almost cried when she saw you, though.
No, it was so cute. It was so cute. But yeah, I mean, you had bare fans. It was kind of crazy.
I got a couple fans still.
So I'm going to play a clip now, and this is about your lucky belly.
Okay.
Yeah, so let's see that, please, VT.
And I'm kind of from a little bit of the countryside, but
You belong in the
take
city.
me to the city.
Just don't hold your phone too close to the side of the road.
Yeah, that's true.
You know, that's-
I don't know, I've got pretty good grip.
That's cold. That's cold. People stop me in the street and want to like rub my tummy. If you rub my belly, it will give you good luck. Told you.
The lucky belly.
Yeah, man. We didn't pay that guy as well.
No. That's awesome, a lucky belly. I shall use that. I think I'm going to nick that. Brilliant, a lucky belly.
Hey.
But you two talked, I think it was in the restaurant scene, you talked about how lucky you are to be doing the travel that you do. I mean, I was really touched by you saying the things you felt you were allowed to do, Zoo, when you were a teenager, right? Where you were allowed to travel, where you could go.
Yeah.
Tell us a bit about that.
Yeah, I mean, growing up, I never thought I'd make it past, like, Amsterdam. I think when you come from the hood, like, the only holiday you know is going to a weed cafe in Amsterdam.
Yeah.
That's the only holiday man ever experienced. But then when I got older, it's like, yo, like, been to, like, Colombia, Costa Rica, like I've been to like Korea and stuff. So I never ever thought I'd venture out of Europe, is what I'm saying.
All right, amazing. But you took some time off in Latin America with your buddies, right?
Yeah. Me and my friends, we went to Colombia. I learned how to salsa, and I know like 3 words in Spanish now.
Damn.
Yeah, man. ¿Cómo estás?
Muy bien.
That's it. That's where it ends.
That's fantastic. That's fantastic. But you're just starting this travel journey, right? Because you're doing your first solo trip.
Yeah, my first solo trip the week of meeting Zoo. So that was pretty crazy, and they lost my luggage. Literally just got it back yesterday. Thank God the arms weren't in there. But yeah, so I've been traveling, which has been really, really fun. And
I would have been mad.
Bro, this is why we keep them in the hand luggage.
Yeah. Do you know what hands in the hand luggage?
Makes sense, doesn't it?
Makes sense.
Makes sense, yeah.
So what do you do when you travel? Have you got a sort of a routine? Do you go and find somewhere to eat, or do you...
I make sure I get to the airport just as the gate is going to close.
All right, last minute.
As the gate is... See, if anyone here, you get to the airport 3 hours before, I'm just letting you know, you might be a waste man. I'm sorry. You're not a waste man, but you could be a waste man. No, look, the gate opens 30 minutes before your flight, right?
Yep.
So why am I here at 4 a.m.? My flight's at 8. Do you know what I mean? Are you an early person?
Not really. I did my first solo flight, but, you know, if I've got someone else, then probably not.
So you're blaming others.
Well, no.
That's okay.
I'm like, if I lose my stuff, then it's my fault. So if I can blame someone else, then yeah.
Yeah, that's true. And the first time you flew on your own,
yep,
you lost your stuff.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
It's a bit dark. Anyway.
It's not a good sign, is it? Yeah. So listen, you did an awful lot of stuff. What was your highlights of the day? What was the bit you really liked?
I don't know. Maybe Tilly be better than me at golf. I wasn't ready for.
That was my favourite part.
Yeah. Tilly won the golf, just so you know.
Probably when we ate food. Which is a surprise. Not a surprise. No. I love the food part.
Yeah.
And learning about Tilly's life. It was halfway through the day I realised that Tilly's a young person. I was like, oh my God, you're young. I was once young before.
Yeah, I remember it almost, yeah. So that's really interesting, because when I remember the team who produced this, the production team, was saying, we couldn't believe how much common ground you found.
Yeah.
And do you remember when that happened? What was it in the trip you had? Do you remember, was there a moment?
I think it was little things, like you took me to the pub and things like that. We both got orange juice or something. I mean, that was pretty mad. Nobody was expecting that. And then we had a little sing-song.
Yes.
Like, we went to your gig and then I sang a bit of Amy Winehouse.
Yes.
We had fun. We could have got a band on the stage. It would have been great.
Yeah.
Maybe next episode, next season.
Yeah.
But yeah, I just think it was like little things. And then golf was good because I got to beat you at something. You taught me how to make good mashed potato. That stuff with me.
You know how to make mashed potato for life now.
I do.
What's the secret?
Do you want me to tell him or you?
Let's not talk too much.
Okay.
You have to spend a day
with
me in Shoreditch
to
learn such things.
Yeah. Secrets of. Got you.
Boil onions with the mashed potato as well.
Right.
When you're boiling your potato, boil onions, then mash the onion into the potato. I know Monica Galetti was here, I know. But I'm here now.
That's fantastic. What was so that highlight was the food for you, because that's a great place to eat, right?
Yeah.
The food is extraordinary.
I mean, Shoreditch got so many banging food spots, you know, like in the Box Park, around the entire area, whether it's a late night kebab or whether it's like really fancy pasta, like you can get everything here. And I think Cook Daily is a really good independent vendor, someone that's really passionate about making vegan food tasty. And me and Tilly's arms died.
Right.
Yep. But we didn't say that in the show.
Yeah, but I've told everyone knows now.
So what happened?
We were just like, oh, the arm design. We were like, okay. We were like, just pretending we really have to tuck into the food. We were just like, oh, I need to take my arms off for this one. It was one of them. Like, they actually died, but that's a secret for only the people in the room.
Yeah.
Hey, now everyone knows.
Brilliant. So the food, the golf, anything else that that sticks out in you now, 2 weeks later?
Zoo bought me a coat. He told me that he buys all his friends new shoes. We didn't get shoes. Like, I don't know where
Whoa!
they are. But we got a coat.
It's a little bit ungrateful.
Which is a win. Thank you for my coat, Zoo.
Yeah, I bought your coat. It was expensive.
It was.
Nah, it wasn't. It was from, you know, Shoreditch got all them little,
boutique shops.
thrift shops.
Yeah.
So I saw a little satin. I said, right, it was leather.
It was leather.
It was leather. It was a good coat.
It was great.
Now, I like to buy, when I meet people and like create friends, I like to leave them with a gift.
It's nice.
And then hopefully...
Now, every time I see that coat, I'll think of Big Zoo.
Yeah, exactly. And Tilly bought me nothing.
Well, you were the tour guide. Come down to
Absolutely.
Newcastle and I'll buy you
Yes.
some chips or something.
Yeah, chips.
Yeah.
You get me a chicken parma?
Yeah.
Chicken parmo?
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
I can do that. That can be arranged.
Yeah, do you know that chicken parmesan is a delicacy? From
totally.
in the northeast of England.
That's amazing. Amazing. Listen, I thought that was really interesting. This Connections is not about similarities. It's about having an open mind, right?
Yeah.
And when you see the film, you'll see these two people with open minds go on this journey together and have a whole heap of fun because they have got open minds.
Yeah, definitely.
And that's something that every good journey could do with, right? Every good trip.
100%.
Thank you so much, both of you, for taking part and for coming here today. Come on, Shoreditch, let's hear it.
Bow.
Brilliant. Thank you so much.
Let's do the road.
Thank you so much, guys.
Thank you. Take care.
Thank you.
Thank you, Tilly. See you in a bit. Whew. That's an amazing film. The clip you saw is just a flavour of what that film is like, and the way the two of them have got, just vibe off each other is brilliant. The next pair, our third pair, are very different. And we're going to talk about things beginning with M. We're going to talk about men. We're going to talk about music. Is that me? Okay, I'm on a hand mic. Thank you very much. We're going to talk about men, we're going to talk about music, we're going to talk about memories, we're going to talk about mental health, and we're going to talk about pigs. No, I know that doesn't begin with M, but we're going to talk about pigs. Please welcome to the stage the fabulous Professor Green and Jimmy Doherty. So shall we have a look at what they get up to? VT, please.
Stephen Manderson, better known as musician and mental health activist Professor Green. Today I'm going to be meeting farmer and conservationist Jimmy Doherty to discuss our respective worlds and find out if there's any common ground. Jimmy, all right? Well, good to see you. I'm sorry. One of the clubs that closed was Cargo, a place I used to go to a lot. I actually got stabbed.
Did you?
Oh, bless, she's only got one ear.
So yeah, sheep stampede, look out. Thank you. Welcome, guys. Welcome.
Hello. Hello.
Yeah,
hi. Let's
Say
make
hello.
this a bit less awkward, shall we?
So, Stephen, I'll call you Stephen, right? Yep. So, Stephen, this is really your place, Shoreditch, right? You've grown up here.
So, well, I grew up in Hackney, which is not far down the
Yeah,
road,
yeah.
a stone's throw. Shoreditch was very different then, so was Hackney. But yeah, I spent a lot of time, I guess a lot of my formative years sort of partying on Brick Lane, and then that moving to Shoreditch. My studio was in Shoreditch. I recorded my second and third albums there. Lots of stuff in between. Yeah, I've spent a lot of time. There's some really significant and quite life-steering moments happened in Shoreditch.
Yeah, that's brilliant. So, what did you think about sharing it with Jimmy, who you've been to Shoreditch before, right? But
I've passed through.
Yeah, passed through. But what do you think about sharing some of the stuff that from your world?
Immediately I was like, because you think you know somewhere, and then all of a sudden you're presented with the task of showing it to someone else, and you're like, oh God, where do I take him? Where do I start, right? And there's so many things that we didn't even get close to. I really wanted to take him on a first date, or to where I used to take a lot of first dates. Satan's Whiskers, which is great, but we were filming during the daytime, so sadly that wasn't we weren't able to do that. But I just thought, okay, well, where should we start? Well, Strong Rooms, you know.
Strong Rooms, that's where your music career really kicked off, right?
Yeah, just after the first album, so ahead of, you know, the success of the second album, which was greater than the first. And it wasn't just the studio, though. It was where it was. It was, you know, me going, I'm just going to pop out for a coffee and then not making it back to the studio until 11 o'clock at night, if not later, because I'd bumped into someone and a coffee had turned into a pint of cider at the Barley Mow, which turned into a cocktail at Shoreditch House. I know. Listen, you could take East London out of the boy, but is that the right way around?
Yeah.
Take the boy out of East London, sorry. You can't take East London out of the boy.
So brilliant. And Jimmy, how did you feel coming into a world that's, you know the place, but you know.
Yeah, it's really difficult to park a tractor around here, that's for sure. But I tell you what's really interesting about this whole process is getting to know someone, because we'd never met before, but also getting to know their character through visiting a place and the points of interest. So going to that recording studio, it was a really interesting thing. As soon as you walk in, I'm used to an environment where you can hear birds and there's animal noises and all this kind of stuff. Walk into a recording studio and it's really quiet, and I associated with noise with music, but actually you can suddenly take yourself through the footsteps of putting an album together, what it's like. So it was really interesting. And then we had some really lovely chats just walking through the streets and suddenly think, actually, I can see how you've developed as a person, because there's your genetics that have a massive influence, but there's all those things, the people you meet and the places you go to that make you the person you are. So I thought the whole day was amazing. And I thought it was a lot more friendly than I was expecting.
Oh, really? Oh, really? Well, that's nice.
I really like Jimmy too. It was the greatest part about it were the conversations that I guess were prompted by where we were at times, you know, being outside cargo and unfortunately what happened when I got stabbed, but the fact that I then ended up in a studio at the top of that road and completely changed my history with that place by way of being there and created so many positive memories, and being able to discuss, I guess, the ever-evolving nature of somewhere like Shoreditch. You know, Shoreditch then is not Shoreditch now, and I knew it then and I know bits of it now, but so much has changed, and being able to discuss, you know, and try and find parallels really between our worlds and the things that ground us and where we became the people that we are. And Shoreditch was a huge contributor to the person I've become.
Amazing. You didn't just stay in the strong room, you went to some other places as well, right? So where did you go to?
We went record shopping at Rough Trade. I got him a copy of Petty Cash, the new album by Monster Florence.
Yes, and I tell you one thing, I haven't been in a record shop for years. I mean, the last time I was in a record shop, I think it was Al Price. And I couldn't believe how much they've changed. And it was just, you know, that's a really interesting concept, because the idea of like we all stream music, but actually going into a record shop and seeing how that's changed and how it's gone full circle, people buying vinyls. You can have a beer in a coffee shop, in a record shop. I never knew that before. But it's lovely to see. You know, it's those sort of, I suppose journeys in traveling is much more than the destination. And I think that's where this project has been fascinating, because the idea of going, is this just a journey? No, it's not. It's actually understanding the culture of a place and how that ripple effect has on people. Not only people that stay, but people that move, come back. It's fascinating.
And there's a great food culture in Shoreditch. So one of the best parts, so we went to Black Block, which was definitely one of the highlights of the day. Obviously because it gave grounds for a great conversation, but the food was great.
I think we ate everything, didn't we?
Everything.
I think, well, I mean, I was about a stone heavier when I left.
I walked home. I don't live in Shoreditch.
Listen, I've got a fave moment from the movie, and I'm just going to show the clip now, please, on VT.
What are the rules with pigs? I kind of wanted to stroke him, but he's quite intimidating, isn't he?
It gives you that element of not necessarily therapy, but there is something very rewarding about being next to animals or in nature. There's something very healing about it.
Pigs are quite important to you, Jimmy, right?
Yeah, we ate that one straight after. That was in the restaurant we went to. No, the pigs are very important to me. It's where I started my route into farming some 25 years ago. And it was great to see a little bit of the countryside in the middle of Shoreditch. But the idea of with therapy, that sort of conversation of which was petting a pig and talking about pigs, actually developed into a much wider conversation about mental health and the idea of everyone needs to engage in their mental health, and even conversations help therapy, is a type of therapy. Spending time with animals is a type of therapy. But then we had great fun there. It's wonderful to see that amazing city farm, growing different veg. They've got the pigs there, they've got the sheep there, and then kids that don't have access to the countryside being able to connect. And there's a massive divide between town and country as well. So places like that are epic.
Yeah, brilliant. You and the pig, though, that was a great moment with the apple.
I don't know what the rules are. I've not fed a pig before.
There are rules. There's not a list of rules.
I'm like, am I going to lose my fingers? His teeth were, bless him, I think the first thing you said was he's been alive 6 years too long. He was quite an old pig.
I wasn't quite sure which end was what at the first because it was that ugly. But no, bless her. She was ever so sweet. Nice set of tusks on it.
But, yeah, I don't know. I mean, I nearly lost my fingers to it.
But you were sort of agreed in the clip about this being close to nature, and particularly thinking about your kids being aware of the natural world.
Yeah, I get my kid. My son's 4.5, and my go-to has always been, if we're having any sort of difficulty at home, let's just get out. We just get out. It doesn't matter the weather. We've got a chant. We're not scared of a little bit of rain. And there's days when it's raining and I really don't want to go outside, and he just starts chanting, and I have to take him outdoors. But I think there's a real importance to connect with nature, with animals, with the outdoors, and what we have in London is very, it's few and far between, so it's important to get out. And actually, the Saturday after we filmed on the Tuesday or Wednesday, I went to Jimmy's farm.
Oh, brilliant. Tell us about that.
We fed polar bears. Fucking polar bears.
I will say, it's not a normal farm. We have a working farm, but we also have a wildlife park. So we have 1,000 different animals of over 100 different species. But you got to meet the bears, didn't you?
I did, yeah. Was taught by the lovely May. If it's brown, lay down. If it's black, fight back. And if it's white, good night. Just before we met the white ones. But it was amazing. And, to be in a wildlife park, which was very different to any zoo that I've been to. But, just that was born of our conversations. Yeah. That was what came from it. And walking side by side, just being able to shoot this, really, and have those conversations about mental health, the fact that there is negative impact for farmers because of the isolation that they exist in, and it's still being quite masculine.
Well, that was a really interesting conversation because it was from, you got town one side, country the other, and the idea of some stressful life being akin to in the city, or you've got being a farmer on your own, very lonely, and that has a massive effect on mental health. But what really struck me, which is interesting when you meet someone for the first time, is how frank you can be in your conversations. And within the space of 2 hours, I was talking about my dad's death, I was talking about all sorts of stuff and emotions and stuff I wouldn't really discuss. But it was
on camera.
On camera, exactly.
You can watch it soon.
But it was, that's what I mean, it's so much more than a journey traveling somewhere. It's a journey of discovery of two different people.
Yeah, that's amazing, isn't it? And I often think that that we should have more meetings in business world, side by side, walking.
Yeah.
Opposite each other or on a screen. That's just awful, right?
Yeah.
More walk and talk. We reveal lots of stuff.
Especially if there's pigs involved. Oh,
especially if there's pigs involved.
Pigs pub.
Yeah, pigs involved. The pig is apparently called Holmes, as in Sherlock Holmes, which is fantastic. So Holmes is going to be part of my takeaway. What's your takeaway from the conversation, the day you spent together?
That there is nearly always common ground to be found between people as long as you're listening and willing to listen and open. And the sharing of lived experiences are so important because we have one life, right? It sounds terribly cliche, but there's no way that you can do and experience everything. We are who we are. We were born where we were born to who we were born to, and inevitably we're not going to be able to experience everything. And the only way to really get a taste of things that you might never quite understand is by having those conversations and with people who exist in a completely different or somewhat different world from yourself.
What about you?
I would say in this weird fractious world that we live in where everyone wants to divide everyone, there's definitely more similarities between people than there are differences. And that's one thing I learned.
You just have to listen.
Yeah.
And talk.
And be willing to listen beyond something that you might not agree with.
Yeah.
Without just going, I'm going to switch off. That didn't happen for us, but I think all too what it really didn't. It was just like, oh, I agree with that. Oh, I agree with that.
Well, exactly.
Brilliant.
But I was always taught, you've got one mouth and two ears, because you've got to listen twice as hard but then you do, talk. But it was brilliant. We had fun.
We did, yeah. And it also highlighted the importance of food by
Yeah.
way of like travel and food. The
So
first thing
when you travel, you're working, you
absolutely. I'm like, where can I go? And once when I woke up in Melbourne ahead of the person I was then with, and so I walked, I think it was about 5 miles to get a coffee from a shop that was apparently the best coffee in Melbourne, just outside of. But what I didn't do was take sun cream, and on the way back I was literally running from tree to try and stay because the sun had come out. But like, I just think it's a great way to see places because you find yourself in corners of places that you wouldn't normally, and I think you generally bump into quite nice people when you're exploring a place by way of food because you've immediately got that similar interest. And anyone that cares enough about coffee to walk for 5 miles. Yeah. Actually, I don't know what that says about you. So I thought I had something to. I thought I had some profound point there, and I'm like, actually, what does walking 5 miles for coffee suggest? You've got nothing better to do.
It's brilliant. It's brilliant. I just wanted to say thank you to both of you. It's been a really great project. It's great. Have you involved? When you get to see the film, it's fantastic. You've been brilliant today.
It feels a bit like that first date. I feel like saying, "Would you want to do it again?"
But you have.
And you go, awkwardly go.
Got any plans this afternoon? I'm actually on a school run.
Thank you both very much,
Thank
Jimmy
you.
Doherty
Thank
and
you.
Professor
Thank
Green.
you.
Thank you.
Brilliant. Well done.
Okay, before we close, and you're going to get to your lunch a little bit early, hurrah. Before we go, I want to bring back up the architects, or is it midwives, of this project. Adam and Ollie, please. So guys, tell me, what was the thing you most enjoyed about that project?
That is self-explanatory, that answer. Those stories are unbelievable. Bringing people together, quite frankly, we have some budding friendships here that are unreal.
Brilliant. Ollie?
Yeah, I think seeing how our community and our platform is evolving just beyond reviews, we have this whole wealth of data and insights that we're able to leverage for these amazing stories.
It's brilliant. And so what's next?
More pairs, more content, more series, and then, hopefully some more partners along the way.
Fantastic. And we've not mentioned the bags and the boxes that have been on your seats. What's that about, Adam?
Just a little gift from us to remember all things Shoreditch, a taste, a smell, just something that really sort of touched us from producing this series and bringing it all to you.
And when can we see it again?
October 30th. Thank you very much. And then, I don't know if I'm last but not least, inside the box there's going to be a QR code where you can enter to win 500 pounds, excuse me, the American on stage, 500 pounds worth of Shoreditch experiences. So QR code's up here, also in the box. Please enter.
So that's it from us. Thank you all, Shoreditch. That was fantastic. I just want to restate, travel is amazing. It's a mirror on who we are. And if you travel with good companions, with a good open mindset, looking to find common ground, it's transformative. Wherever you're going, whatever you're doing, go well. Thank you very much.